Hello, lovelies. It is Thirsty Thursday. Who is in the house today? Come on in. Let's get busy. I see everyone. Hi, Trisha. Good to see you. Hello, Cassie, birthday girl. Hello, Denise. Amy's here. Good afternoon to you. And Lisa is too. Hi, V. Hi, Diane. Good to see you. There's Catherine. And Martha. Hello, Rebecca. Good to see you. There's our girl. Guess who that was? That's Jenny. Marianne's here too. Hi, Lizzie. Hi, Julie. Hot Lady Smith. Okay. Yep, share it up. Hi, Joanne. There's the pinkies up. And there's our girl Lucy too. Arla's here. Hi, Arla. And Ruth. There you go. All of our ladies. Susan's in the house. I just saw an invoice from you today, Susan. Thank you. Hi, Mia. Hi, Jackie. Oops, little natty thing. Get rid of the bug. Get rid of the bug. Gemma's here. Teresa's here. Hey, hey. Look at everybody just coming in. If you're new here, we always start off the show with a greeting. If you turn up live, it's full romper room here. The only thing missing is the big glass, right? I love to say hello to everybody as they come in. Hi, Angela and Kathy. Good to see you. And so appreciate the fact that you guys show up, you share, and you're just lovely. Kathy and Yolanda and Carla. Carla, I just saw one from you. Praying for my ladies and my lovelies. Thank you so much. Thank you for showing up and being a part of my community. This is the best part where we get to talk about stuff. Hi, Jane. Hi, Heather. Good afternoon to you too. All right, so today I want to talk about habits. Habits, habits, habits. There's Beverly and Debbie. And you know what? There's going to be more coming in as we go. So to you who are coming in, like Debbie just coming in, everyone, thank you again for showing up. Yesterday I forgot completely. I forgot. You know what I did? I forgot to give you this. Oh, it's backwards too. Sorry. Goodness gracious. I thought I flipped it. I guess I flipped it and then I flipped it again. What? That's crazy town. Whatever. Sorry. I was all set up and ready to go. Hey, Vanessa. We either make ourselves miserable or we make ourselves strong. The amount of work is the same. That is our quote of the week. And I absolutely love this quote because contrast shows us it could be this way or it can be that way. Isn't that the truth? That's how it is. We can make ourselves miserable. We can make ourselves happy and strong. And it starts with habits. We're going to talk about that today because, you know, we can talk about habits, I think, every day and still not hit them all, still not hit all the reasons why we want to have our habits do the work for us. Because that's exactly what I'm talking about, is setting ourselves up for success. And there are ways to do it and there are ways not to do it. And I have learned this from my own school of hard knocks. Can I just tell you? The school of hard knocks, it's something, isn't it? So anyway, I also wanted to share with you that we have our Get Lean CLA. This stuff really helps with belly fat in particular, and that's what the studies are showing. We have all the information about this particular supplement on our website, and if you buy 3, just put 3 in your cart. I will put the 4th one in free for you, and if you put ships free in the promo window when you're checking out, I'll ship it to you free. That's a humongous savings. And you know what? If you're smart, you're following these weekly sales. We buy in bulk when we can on certain supplements, and when we do, we pass the savings on to you, including free shipping. So it's a really humongous shipping. It's a humongous thing. Go to savingdinner.com/CLA. That's what this is, CLA. And you can read all about it when you go to that page. It has all the information about it. It tells you about the research and everything. It's fantastic. And if you're smart, you'll put $200 worth of goodies in your cart. You'll get the free shipping, and you'll get this lovely Mindful mug. That's part of our fun. You know, we do this every single week. We look and see what we can purchase on a big basis and then pass that savings on to you. So if, you know, a lot of you take advantage of this, and you're going to just always have what you need on hand. Isn't that great? I love that. I do that all the time too myself. This is how I shop. And I mean, if I were to take you all through, oh, V's looking at my hotspot. Yes, right here it is, all right behind you. Yes, it is. Don't be saying anything, V. Don't be saying a word about that hotspot. That's my study spot. That's all my stuff. It's my reading, that's my research, it's everywhere. But the best time to get lean, Carla's asking, is to take it with your other supplements, okay? That's what I do. The only supplements, and I have a supplement schedule for you. Actually, Jenny put this all together. I wrote it out and she made it into a lovely document, and you can get it. But the supplement schedule is such. You are going to take your Leptofix and your SAMe first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. Then you're going to take all the other supplements when you break your lunch, when you break your fast. You're going to have it with, you know, your smoothie or your scrambled eggs or whatever, but that's when you take all your supplements. You want it riding the wave of the food. And then at night, you'll take your Proactive probiotic, because it works well on an empty stomach, but it can make you a little nauseous, because it does for me anyway. So I take it right before I go to bed and let the work be happening then. All right, you guys nailed me. You nailed me on my hotspot. I need to clean that up before I get on next time. Friday's Q&A, that's tomorrow. Send your questions in to support@savingdinner.com, and in that subject line, question for Leanne on Friday, I'll answer it for you right here tomorrow, this time. Tonight is our big class. We're doing a big class called Take Back Your Life. Now, this is the philosophy, it's the ideas, it's all of the things that I have put together. This has taken me years to put together, years. I had an original program called Take Back Your Body, and what I recognized is it's not just about taking back your body. It's about taking back your entire life. I will share the whole thing with you. I'll share some success stories with you. I'm going to share everything. Open the kimono. Here it all is, y'all. And it is tonight. I would get signed up for you if I were you. I would bring paper, pen, and take a lot of actionable notes. So for some of you, this is going to just blow the lid right off of your head, especially if you've been on the carousel of crazy and have done this whole thing, diet guru after diet guru, all the books, all the plans, every diet under the sun, and you're still in the same place spinning your wheels. This is what you want to come to. It's tonight. Go to savingdinner.com/life. Open a tab right now on your computer if you're there, and go get signed up. Don't miss out on this. It's going to be good. We got a ton of people signed up, and I'm going to be there with bells on, giving you the whole lowdown. After the webinar is done, we always get a ton of questions, and I always answer every single one. So don't miss out on this. This is a big thing. We don't do this often. It happens once a quarter, and tonight happens to be the night. Go to savingdinner.com/life and get in on it. I had a lot of people asking me about the workshop that Marla and I did this past Saturday. You can still get it. The only thing is you're not going to be able to attend live, but you'll get the swag bag and everything else. Find out about it. If you've got kids going back to school and you're worried about how that's going to look in your house, go to savingdinner.com/mama. And I'm telling you, it was one of the best things that we have ever done. And I'm pleased and proud of these things. You know, we work hard to make sure that we're giving you the stuff that you need in order to get your family, your house, yourselves in order. And it makes everything happen. What else do I have to tell you? Pretty much that's it. Oh, you're so sweet, Vicki. Thank you. I'm glad you're coming tonight. That's going to be great. Yeah, I love doing things live. And if you'll notice, None of my webinars ever, any of the things that I have or any of my master classes or any of them that I do, never, ever, ever are they just recorded. I always do them live because I want to have a conversation, you know. That's what it's all about. We always do this. We always offer things live, and you know, you can always get the recording, of course, but it's fun to show up live, isn't it? This is how we become a part of this community. And that's playing full out, you guys. That's playing full out. That's getting the most that we can. And honestly, you guys, we are still in the middle of a pandemic. Herman Cain just died, you guys. You know, this is tragic. This is happening on a daily basis. In our little county, we've had 11 people turn up with that were COVID positive yesterday. In our little teeny county, we're starting to get an uptick. They're not calling it a spike yet. It's an uptick. You know what that means to me? That means stay home. That means be safe, because we don't know how this whole thing is going to pan out. And this is one of the reasons why I'm doing all the things that we're doing right now, today. We're bringing you places, and we're bringing you things and classes and ways so that you can get your health on board. Because it's not just a matter of getting into cute jeans. It's a matter of taking control of your health and taking back your life. It's not what your doctor says. It's not what the guru says over here. It's not all of that. It's about you getting in touch with you and being in touch with what is important in your life. Yeah, you need to work with your doctor. You know, you do. You have to work with your doctor. We all do. But you know what else? Remember last week's quote, you're not a tree. If you don't like your doctor and your doctor's not working with you and your doctor's treating you as like you're stupid and you need just an antidepressant and trying to shut you down, remember this. You are not a tree. You can fire that doctor and get somebody else who's going to work with you. Trust your knowing. This is part of what today's thing is about. You know, I think we way underestimate ourselves, way underestimate the wisdom that we have inside, way underestimate the fact that we already know a lot of things. Not everything, of course, but our knowing is really in tune. This is our knowing and our intuition, and the Holy Spirit work together and give us a little tap on the shoulder to say, hey, this is all is not well here. Listen to yourself. There's wisdom there. I promise you, hand to God, there's wisdom there. Every single time in my 62 years of being on this planet Earth, every time I've had this huge intuition inside and have rebuffed it, every single time I've regretted it. There's a reason why God puts that inside of you in the first place. So don't dismiss it. Listen. Listen. And today I'm talking about taking your habits seriously. Your habits are everything. Your habits are a declaration of what your life is all about. You ever thought about that? And we identify ourselves as being something, and I would use smoking as a really good example, because when we say I'm a smoker, we have habits that show up that say I am a smoker. They show up because you do things that smokers do. You buy cigarettes, you buy a lighter or something to light them with, you have a kind of a game plan in your head. How am I gonna smoke when I'm not supposed to smoke in the house? How am I gonna smoke if, you know, after a meal? That's when smokers like to smoke. Or how am I gonna get a smoke break when I'm working here in this office or wherever it is? But for when you're a smoker, your framework in your head is all about when you're gonna smoke, how you're gonna smoke, where you're gonna get your cigarettes, how you're gonna light it up, the times that you can have, and knowing that when you're going to feel uncomfortable, if you're going to get on an airplane, having nicotine gum or whatever, because smokers have to support a habit. This habit is a framework for how their lives are lived. And I'm not saying, this is not a put down, this is just the truth. This is how it works. Believe me, I know. My mother was a smoker. My mother was a smoker, and for everything that she did, it was all dictated around that habit. Her life was dictated by the smoking habit. And the same thing could be said about people with food habits and addictions, that their lives are dictated by the addiction. and it becomes a habit. This is what we do. And I've shared my story with eating the M&Ms in the car. I've shared my story about chocolate. I've shared my stories about my addictions with food and how they overran my habits and overran my life. So when we're trying to get rid of addictions and we're trying to get into the place of setting up a framework for our lives of good habits that serve us, then we have to go to the place of understanding that everything is under scrutiny. Everything. We have to make a determination. Is this working for me or is this working against me? And make habits that support the very life that we want to live. Now, one of the things that we can do when we're trying to support the life that we want to live for the habits that we want to have is that we make an overall assessment of what does our environment look like. Does our environment support the life that we want to live, or is our environment taking away from it? It's pretty much that stark. It's pretty much a black or a white. So an example, and I've shared this with you before, one of the things that we had a gal in our sprint, this is months ago, I don't even know if she's still in there, but in the Hot Melt Sprint group, if you're a part of that, you know, when we sprint every month, she had a very interesting thing that she did is her husband had this big pan of brownies and it was sitting there out on the countertop. He had made it or her kids had made it. I might even be getting some of the details wrong, but this is interesting. And so she took a picture of that and she posted it in the group and she said, I am not going to eat these. And the reason I'm not going to eat these is because I'm going to move them out of my peripheral, essentially is what she was saying. I'm going to move them and not see them and not have them remind me over and over and over again that I want to go eat those brownies. And then knowing that later on, I am going to regret it. I'm not going to be happy about it. There's just, you know, she wrote this whole little dissertation about it and it was wonderful. And that was precisely part of the lessons that come from this whole thing is that you have to have control of your environment and you cannot have laying out cigarettes, Oreo cookies, Doritos, and brownies if these things are an obstacle for you to build a good, healthy habit. You know, you know this too, bad habits are so easy. Because they do something for us, don't they? They give us something that we're looking for. They help us to release the dopamine and it makes us feel good for the moment. Going and having that food makes us feel good for the moment. Having that cigarette, we feel good for the moment, only to regret it later, only to have remorse later, only to have guilt later, only to get the consequences from this bad habit later. The obesity, the chronic disease, the illness, the death. My mother died of COPD. And if you want to know what it looks like for someone to die of COPD, watch him struggling for breath month after month, day after day. It's not pretty. And it was precisely the thing I was worried about and precisely the thing that happened to my mother. And it broke my heart. That disease took my mother away from me. You know, she was sharp. She had the ability to do anything that she wanted to, but she was held back because of that disease. And it became too late even after she had quit. You know, we are the picture of our habits, and our habits can betray us. You know, with disease, our habits can betray us with all of these things and make our lives absolutely miserable. Our habits can also define who it is that we want to be and who it is that we are on the road to being. You know, it's not an overnight thing. You know, you didn't get obese overnight. You didn't, you know, have a pack a day smoking habit overnight. You can undo these habits and you can start building toward the very thing that you want. You know, yesterday we were talking about it. It is sort of a yellow brick road, isn't it? And there are pathways toward our goals. And it takes a minute. It takes a lot of undoing. It is so exhausting to continue to rationalize and hold to an ideal or something that has worked for us in the past as far as quelling any kind of anxiety or whatever it is, but it's never, ever, ever going to take us to the place of where it is that we want to go if we're going to just kind of keep dismissing ourselves. You know, keep dismissing it. Keep saying that, well, you know, I'm a stress eater. Well, you know, I'm a stress smoker. Well, this is what I do. And I wanted to put in a frame on something else. That when you say, I am not an exerciser, I'm not an exercise person, this whole thing rattles my cage in a big way. Why not? Sure you are. You can be if you decide you want to be. And what does that mean? I am not an exercise person. That means you're just going to sit on your duff all day and allow your you know, muscles to atrophy and not thank God for the muscle and for the body that he gave you. That's what it is to not move, by the way. To just sit there and be a big ball of mush in your chair. You know, we can't do that. We need to start looking at things that we can do in order to build the very life that we want to live. What you think about expands. What you say about yourself, that'll expand even more. So if you want to build habits that support the life that you want to live, you start with just the baby steps, the little things. If you're trying to break a smoking habit, well, there's all kinds of things that you can do to baby step and step away from that. If you're trying to get rid of a food addiction, there's a lot of things that you can do to step away from that. I've shared with you one of the things that just saved my bacon, and it came from a psychiatrist who is fully, you know, an MD who understands exactly what it is to break an addiction, any kind of an addiction, because it lights up a certain part of the brain. And it's right here. That is L-glutamine, my friends. And you just wet your finger, you put it on your finger, tongue, gums, and right then and there, boom, there goes that craving for sugar, for carbohydrates, for all the stuff. We sell it in our shop, and we sell it in our shop because we have a good grade of it. It's not just the crap that you can buy at Walmart. It's good stuff from a good manufacturing plant right here in the United States, and we sell it. And it works, and it also heals your gut. So these are things that you can do in order to stop bad habits in their tracks and stop the cravings, and then work on setting yourself up a framework that will work for your life. You've got to. You've got to stand up. You've got to work and fight hard for the habits that you want to create. Sometimes it's a little bit of a cha-cha. It's a little couple of steps forward and one step back. It's a little bit of a struggle to kind of fit all of these things in and to figure out how to do it. But if you're sitting back and you're just saying, I need to make the perfect plan before I'm even going to start to do this. Well, maybe tomorrow because I didn't get it done today. I'm going to tell you a story. Yesterday, my morning routine just went flying out the door. Flying. I didn't meditate. I didn't do my reading. I didn't do my journaling. I didn't do anything. And the whole day, it was just constant go, 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 and getting things done. And at the end of the day, I still had a big list of things to do. You know what I did, though, at 4:30? I just shut everything down. I had a time of meditation. I got on my rebounder and I did my rebounding, and then I got my weights out and I did my arm, because it was arm day. I did my arm weights and everything. And you know, it's never too late. You don't have to dismiss it. You just say, okay, now I'm just going to squeeze it in. It wasn't done perfectly, and I almost didn't do it until I said, I could do it right now. I'm going to do it right now because these habits define who I am. These habits are what tell the story of my life. They tell the story of my health. And if I do them, I'm going to get back in return. If I don't do them, then who am I? I'm just another woman speaking out of both sides of her mouth. Is that what you want? You don't want that from me. I don't want that from me either. I can't stand in front of you and tell you to do something if I'm not willing to do it myself. These are the things that work for your life. You need physical things. You need things like supplements. You also need a good plan, like a good anti-inflammatory diet. You need a mindset that works for you. And then you need to create a plan that is customized and personalized for you. I'm going to be talking about all of that tonight and how to really do it. Because without that, you're lost. You're floundering. You're not tethered to anything. It's just like, well, whatever random person comes into your life and drops this little thing on you, and then suddenly you're on that little rabbit path. You know? Does that help? It does not. So let's look at where we have to start. We got to start with our knowing. We got to honor our knowing and our beautiful self, our intuition, and know, does this work or does this not? That's what we need to do. We need to be in touch with that. How do we get in touch with that? We meditate, we pray, and we write in our journals. We also need to add an accountability part into that. When we add an accountability part into it and we have a body clutter buddy, it builds that thing up even more. It makes us wise. It makes us wise, and we see the wisdom in each other and we bring it out. This is what women do. This is what wise women do. They lift each other up. Have you heard that saying before? That a rising tide lifts all boats? That's what having a body clutter buddy does, and an accountability partner. And you need to start seeing yourself as that person. Not, oh, I'm just fat, or I'm just doesn't work, or I'm just this person. That's just the kind of person I am. I just can't. Well, in my family, it's a bunch of rationalization and crap. It's crap. Come on. Step up to who you are. Step up to the woman you want to be. Woman up. You know, pinkies up, ladies. Woman up. You know, women are tough cookies. We're smart. We are wise. Wise women were revered in olden times. They were thought to be magical and untouchable. You know, lots of ooga booga, spooky, mystic, weirdo stuff that goes with it. But step up and know. We all have something that we have to lose. We all have something that we're kind of stuck in. So what? Does that mean you stop working? Heck no. That means you've got more to work on. And that's so here we are, and we're working, aren't we? See yourself as that woman. See yourself with the weight off. See yourself with the energy. See yourself as a woman who is just bursting with pride over your life and understanding you can have anything you want if you're willing to work for it. Anything. You are limitless, woman. You are. Inside, you know this. Now tap into it and make your habits reflect it. And then write it down, for heaven's sakes. I am that woman. I am that woman. You don't need to be feared, and you don't need to be scary. You don't need to be a steamroller, but you do need to speak up for yourself. You do need to understand you're not a tree, and you do need to understand you can change at any time and do something that's going to support the life that you want to live, that vibrant life that you want to live at any moment, at any time in the day, just like yesterday. Get on the rebounder, just do it anyway. And oftentimes I've found that when I just say, you know, stop having this conversation with myself and just get on the darn rebounder and do it, that it makes all the difference in the world. It makes me feel better about myself, and it helps to establish those good habits. Just do it. Just do it. If it's not successful right now, change it up a little bit. And know that for every little tiny tweak that you make, for every little tiny twist and refinement that you make as you plan this out for yourself, all of these habits, that you are going to hit that sweet spot where it's working for you. Just promise me this, you'll never quit on yourself. You're worth this effort. Every bit of it, every drop of it, you're worth it. That's a promise. Hand to God. All right, ladies. So listen, if you are a part of my Hot Milk Club or Take Back Your Life group, 2 o'clock today in our little private Facebook clubhouse, it's Q&A. So I will be in there, answer your questions. I hope you show up. And tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, oh man, is it happening? It is on, y'all. It is on. I want you to show up. Seriously, with a notebook, with a pen, with a highlighter, with questions, and join your sisters tonight. We're going to have a big crowd. It's going to be great. I'm going to be talking about taking back your life. This is big stuff. This is big, huge stuff. And I see a lot of my Take Back Your Lifers right here every single day. And they're doing the work and they're getting the results. And I want you there, all right? Just join us tonight. It's easy. It's free. savingdinner.com/life. I will be there with bells on, and I hope you will be too. Share this, as a matter of fact, with a friend. Cheers. Here's to you. Here's to your habits. Here's to you tapping into your knowing and being the most beautiful version of yourself that you possibly can be. Peace, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Peace be with you. Bye.